Well, hey there everyone, Aaron here. Welcome to another episode of Gideon's Tactical. Today we're going to be doing a field test on the ESEE Avispa folder. This is the big brother to the ESEE Zancudo, already previously reviewed here on the channel. Budget offering from ESEE, given to us through Blue Ridge Knives, is the company that produces it for ESEE. ESEE approves of it. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to give you some basic specs and we'll get out there and begin to do some basic tasks, EDC tasks, a couple carving, whittling tasks with the Avispa, which is Spanish for wasp, and we'll see if this little blade is worth purchase for you. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the blade here. What you have from the handle to the tip is 3.5 inches. Great actual length, not only for tactical or wilderness use, but also for EDC. You got a full flat grind. It's made out of AUS 8 steel. AUS 8 is not a bad steel. It is a budget steel. I wouldn't say it will hold its edge quite as well as, say, AUS 8 from SOG. SOG does a really good cryo heat treatment and a cryo treatment on their AUS 8, and AUS 8 is very susceptible to heat treatment and, you know, cryo freezing. So this will dull pretty quick, but it'll hold an edge about the same as, say, your Kershaw HCR 13 MOVs. Very similar. So great drop point design there. Really like that a lot. This has the spray-on black coating. As you can see, it's wearing off immediately. This will wear real quick. The actual cutting edge is 3.3 inches, and then it's just got a really good strong blade there. Not too thick, not too thin. Good tip, not too weak, not too thick either for good EDC as well as outdoors in the wilderness type of tasks. AUS 8 is a semi-stainless steel, so it will definitely not rust as fast as a high carbon, but it will rust, so you got to keep an eye on it. But overall, great blade design, nothing to complain about. Does a lot for you and gives you a lot of working capabilities with that blade on the Avispa. All right, let's try out some nylon rope here. Of course, that full flat grind, it's going to go right through that type of nylon material. Here I'll do a double run. Boom. Very easy with this blade. So you can see with this pocket knife, you can easily, with that full flat grind, get shavings done on your wood, make a spear if you need to, do notching, that type of stuff. The AUS 8 will hold a good edge. It's going to dull pretty quick, again, like we said, but it's awesome for field sharpening. If you want a stainless steel, you know, you're either going to probably want to go, if you're out in the field, with a super steel that will never dull on you, or a steel that's going to very easily, you know, be resharpened, and AUS 8 is definitely that. Very ergonomic in my hand. I like that there's not a huge thumb ramp there. There's a good amount of jimping. The Zytel gives me good traction, fills out my hand. I wear large size gloves. You can see it fills out my hand real well. Now, it's a little thinner than a Rat Model 1, so it's not going to feel quite as comfortable, and that stainless steel on one side, you know, isn't necessarily warm to the touch like the Zytel is. So it will definitely do that job, and that frame lock is extremely strong, much stronger than you would get on, say, a Rat Model 1. But it is thinner in your hand, a little bit better for EDC use than wilderness use, but it can definitely, you know, do this type of stuff if you want it to. Okay, let's go ahead and do some cardboard slicing. You can see there that this blade is doing an awesome job with cardboard. Because of its full flat grind and the AUS 8, you're able to get that really shaving sharp edge very easily. It's going to dull again pretty quickly. You can see there again that black spray-on coating is wearing right off. But again, giving you kind of that Mandalorian armor used look, which I like on my blades. Shows that I use my knives. But again, very good for EDC tasks. I think that's really where as we kind of wrap up the video here in a moment, you're going to see that this is really what this knife excels at, is the EDC task, cutting through cardboard, nylon rope, packaging, you know, that type of stuff, food prep. It's going to really do an awesome job with that full flat grind. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the thumb studs, deployment, and centering. We'll talk about centering first. It is dead center. There's no side to side or anything like that. The blade is dead center there in the handle, which is awesome. Then let's go ahead and look at the thumb studs here. The thumb studs are easy to grab. They're away from the handle scales. They're pronounced on the right-handed side, so they're very easy to grab. But on the left-handed side, it's shorter and basically in line with that frame lock. So if you're a lefty, even though the pocket clip is tip up, tip down, left or right, which is good, if you're a lefty, it's going to be kind of difficult to grab that thumb stud. For a righty like myself, very easy. boom, whips open with authority. It's got brass or bronze bushings in there, so very durable, heavy duty, and very smooth. So very easy to deploy without even flicking my wrist. I can get that sucker going. Boom, no problem. Almost as fast as the Rat. The Rat is a little bit smoother and faster. That might just be because, you know, I've only had this for about a month or so versus, you know, the Rat I've had for over a year, you know, working that thing back and forth. So over time, I can see this, you know, loosening up even more, but this is very fast, very quick, easy deployment for righties. Lefties, you're kind of out of luck, which is kind of a downside. That would be a complaint if you're a lefty. You're not. The Rat Model 1 is going to have a perfect thumb stud on either side, totally ambidextrous thumb stud. This one really does not, even though the pocket clip allows you to carry left or right-handed. Okay, let's take an overall look at the handle here. Really nice, the exact same length and size as a Rat Model 1, so very large, but it's very slim. I like that a lot. Flow through construction, as you can see there. On this side, you have Zytel handle scale, which is very nice. Got some good traction on there, better again than a Rat Model 1. Just can keep comparing it to the Rat Model 1. You're going to get better overall traction and checkering on this one than you would with a Rat Model 1 on this side, and the reason for that is when you flip it over, you got 410 stainless steel on the other side with a frame lock. So that's what you're going to have. One side is Zytel giving you good traction, the other one is nice and smooth, 410 stainless steel. And again, it is very thin. I like that a lot. On the other side of this Zytel is a very thin steel liner as well inside there, but if I can show you, hopefully it'll show up. Yeah, there we go. You can see they milled it out. So this is definitely a lighter weight than you would be getting on a Rat Model 1. You can see the holes that have been drilled through the stainless steel through that liner lock right here. Right over in this area. They milled it out, which is awesome. So a Rat Model 1 weighs 5 ounces. I believe this one's going to weigh right around 4.5 ounces, which is great. And as you guys can see, I wear large size gloves and I got tons of room to spare. I can actually choke up and use this basically as a finger choil, and my finger's not wanting to ride up on that edge. Got some good jimping right there with a small, slight thumb ramp. Very large lanyard hole. You could easily get 2 runs of 550 paracord through there. Again, pillar construction. It is going to be slimmer in the hand, thinner in the hand than a Rat Model 1, which makes it great for EDC, not as good for wilderness as a Rat Model 1, because the Rat Model 1 is warmer to the touch and will fill out your hand a little bit more. But for EDC, it's not as bulky in your pocket as a Rat Model 1 when you're carrying it around town or around home. Here's the pocket clip. Nice, blacked out, not flashy, good size. Nice big lanyard hole again that you can easily grab, and then that Zytel is really easy to grab with your thumb. Slides right out, flick it open, use the blade, close it up, put it back in your pocket. No complaints at all with the pocket clip and ride. And again, because the handle's nice and thin, it's very comfortable and slim in my pocket, and there's not a lot of profile, even though it's a pretty big pocket knife. All right, everybody, so you've seen the Avispa in action. Very impressed with the overall quality of this blade. The fit and finish is really nice on it. That coating is a spray-on coating. It's going to come off really quick. Love the really strong frame lock design. I like the thinness of it and the lightweight capability. And just the overall blade design is really nice. Good smooth deployment for a righty. Not going to be good for a lefty. That's a downside. You know, I would like to be able to have grabbed the liner lock, or excuse me, the frame lock a little easier. It's very difficult when you're holding it like this. You got to flip it around and use your index finger again to deploy and then disengage. Excuse me, just to disengage the frame lock. Very tough to try and do it that way. You got to flip it around, do it. So that's the really only complaint I have. Price points there, right around, you know, $28, $29. Anywhere you purchase it, basically. Real nice. I like the glass reinforced, or excuse me, Zytel handle scales on one side and then the stainless steel on the other. No complaints there. So overall, fantastic budget offering. Now compared to our awesome classic Rat Model 1, this is where the short and the long of it. I will have a separate review in the description below of these two blades side by side, so you can get a better understanding. I'm just going to do it real quick here for you, but I recommend clicking on the link below in the description and watching the full review on these two side by side. I'm not going to do that in this one because it would be another 10-15 minute video. What I'm going to say is the ESEE Avispa is fantastic for around town EDC use and some hard use. But if you're going to ask me, hey, when are you going to carry this? It's going to be around town, EDC, you know, that type of stuff, going to the office, going out to dinner, seeing a movie, that type of stuff. That it's just slim, nice, you know, kind of looks a little nicer than the Rat Model 1, weighs less, you don't feel it in your pocket as much. But if I'm going to go on a hiking trip or just, you know, thump around the backyard, you know, I got to open lots of packaging and I just need a good beater pocket knife, or obviously out in the woods, you know, and I want a good lightweight, or not lightweight, but, you know, good solid carving instrument that can hold some abuse and take some abuse, the Rat Model 1, mostly because it has a nice thick heavy handle that really fills out my hand well with no hot spots, and that has that better belly for more slicing capability than what you're going to get with the drop point. The drop point's close on the Avispa, but it's just not quite there, and the handle is just too thin for me to really get, you know, awesome cutting tasks for, you know, long periods of time, you know, survival bushcraft tasks. The Rat Model 1 is much more suited for that. So again, I will have a description below. In the description below, there will be a link so that you can watch more, and I'll talk more about a lot of the different things, the pros and the cons of these two items. But overall, the ESEE Avispa for EDC use is a total home run, and you can use it for hard use if you so desire, but a Rat Model 1 is going to be a little more comfortable in the hand for those harder, longer cutting tasks. But an awesome offering from ESEE and Blue Ridge Knives. The ESEE Avispa, if you've been thinking about it, you won't regret it. It's an awesome blade to own. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this particular episode of Gideon's Tactical. Please subscribe, comment, like the videos, share the videos, and check out our Facebook page. You can find it on the YouTube homepage at Gideon's Tactical. Like our Facebook page, where you'll get updates of upcoming videos, you'll get photos, as well as upcoming gear, new gear releases, you know, that products and companies that are released, as well as behind the scenes footage and bloopers that you'll never see make it to YouTube. So thanks so much for watching, everyone. Stay equipped, stay prepared. We'll see you out there.